Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Han's English, your one stop for language learning. In today's lesson, we're going to learn about the verb to have. It's going to be a very simple and interactive lesson. So, first of all, let's understand how to use the verb to have. So, it changes, the verb to have changes on the subject of the sentence, depending on the subject of the sentence. So, if you use subjects like I, you, we, and they, you should use the verb have. So I have, you have, we have, and they have. If it is he, she, and it, the, the verb to have changes to has. So he has, she has, and it has. So the verb changes depending on the subject. So, what is this verb? What is to have? So, to have is the verb that is used to show possession. For example, if you own something or if you have something, if you want to talk about the things that you have or you own or you possess, you use the verb to have. So, let's look at this example. I have a pen. So you own a pen or you have a pen. So you say, I have a pen. But if you're talking about somebody else, then you would say, she has a dog, which means this girl owns a dog. So you say, she has a dog. So we also use the verb to have to describe relationships, to talk about your family or friends. So if you're talking about these two people, you can say, he has a sister. Or you can also say, she has a brother. If you're talking about many people, and if the subject is we, then you say, we have many friends. And another use of the verb to have is to talk about characteristics, to describe something. Usually in exams like IELTS or TOEFL, they ask you to describe a person or a place or a thing. So remember, this verb to have is very useful to you. If you have to describe a city or a place, then you would say, you would use this verb a lot. For example, if you have to talk about your house, then you say, my house has a big garden. If you talk about a city, then my city has beautiful parks. So this verb to have, which becomes has with third person singular, like my house or my city, it's important for you to understand that and find and put the right word in the right place, right verb in the right place. So let's move on to talk about how to use the verb to have. So you should learn how to use it. I'm going to repeat this because it's important for you to remember. The verb to have changes depending on the subject. So if it's I, you, or we, or they, the verb is have. If it is he, she, or it, you use has. So I'm going to give you some more examples. I have a dog. She has a bicycle. Let's have some more examples of the verb to have. So if you want to make positive sentences, that means you talk about what you have, then you say, I have a pen. She has a new bike. They have a big house. So I have a pen. She has a new bike. They have a big house. To produce negative sentences, that means to talk about what you don't have, you have to say, I don't have a dog. You can also say, I do not have a dog, but it sounds better if you use the shortened form or the weak form, and you can say, I don't have a dog. I don't have a dog because it's negative. So similarly, you can say he does not have a computer, but it sounds better if you say he doesn't have a computer. So he doesn't have a computer. we don't have any questions instead of we do not have any questions. It's not wrong to say we do not have any questions, but it sounds slightly better if you say we don't have any questions, mainly when you're talking to people. It's faster and it's clearer as well. So, in order to make questions, it's pretty simple. So, you just use the verb do or does to have questions. So, when you use do or does, remember the verb to have remains the same. It will not become has, so it will remain have. So, do you have a car? Does she have a book? Don't say does she has. Does she have a book? Do they have time? So, do you have a car? Have doesn't change here. Does she have a book? Have doesn't change here. Do they have time? So, have doesn't change here. So, remember this when you form questions, if it is do or does, depending on the subject, the verb doesn't change, it remains have. Okay, let's practice a little bit more now. Complete these sentences with have or has. I'm going to give you the answers after a couple of seconds so you can think about the right answer and check whether your answer is correct or not. So, I dash a red bag. I have a red bag. She dash long hair. She has long hair. They have two dogs. He has a brother. That's fantastic. And this is the last and final question for you. What is this? We have a big garden. If you're correct, that's great. If you're wrong, please correct yourself. Okay, some more practice, please. So let's see. Is this sentence correct? Can you say he have a car? I hear many people making this mistake. He have a car. And some people even say he is having a car or he having a car. All these three sentences are incorrect. You should always say he has a car. She don't have a cat. Is it correct? Can you say don't with she? No. She doesn't have a cat. Okay. They doesn't have books. I hear this often. So you shouldn't say they doesn't, but you should say they don't. So they don't have books. I has a question. Is it okay to say I has a question? No, I have a question. Very good. It have a tail. I hear this as well. Many people say it have. No, it has. It has a tail. So with he, she, and it, you use has, and with they, I, and we, and you use have. Remember this. We are going to repeat this again. Okay, so try to make questions for this. What's the first question? You have a couple of seconds. Do you have a phone? Yes, I have a phone. Does she have a car? No, she doesn't have a car. Do you have pets? Yes, we have two pets. Fantastic. So here you go. You have a few sentences to write. So please write your sentences in the comment box, and I'm going to tell you if you're correct or not. Okay? So write a sentence using this picture in the comment box. Write another sentence using this picture. So the first picture is a bag, and the second picture is a pencil, and the third picture is a bicycle. So you can use any subject you like. It can be I, you, he, she, or it. It's up to you, but write 3 sentences and put them in the comment box. All right, we are at the end of the lesson today, so let's recap. So the verb to have shows possession, it shows relationships, it also talks about features of a place. So possession is if you own something, you say I have. If you talk about relationships, you say I have a brother or a sister. Or if you're talking about features of a place or a thing, then you say it has a garden or the city has a garden, etc. So you use has for she, he, and it. You use have for I, you, we, and they. So in my next video, we will learn about to have as an action verb. So it sounds interesting, right? So this verb that you have learned is not an action verb, it's a stative verb, which means it only talks about possessions, relationships, and features. But the verb to have has other functions as well, which you will learn in the next class. So practice regularly to master it. And thank you very much for watching my video. If you liked this video, please subscribe, share my videos with your friends, and learn more about English.